Goldman Sachs Group raised the top end of its range of reasonably possible legal expenses above what it had already reserved to about $5.9 billion, up from the $3.8 billion in May. Joining us now with more on this story is WSJ's Justin Baer. Justin, welcome.
Thank you.
What does a move like this mean for Goldman Sachs?
Sure. For a firm like Goldman, it means that we're getting through the period where they are trying to work through all their legal issues that stem from the financial crisis. So a couple big settlements are looming, something that been expected for some time, but as they get closer to the actual settlements, actual claims, we begin to see that affect their bottom line.
So does this telegraph that they are expecting that they will have some very big payouts in the near future? Sure.
No, technically the number, the $5.9 billion number, is beyond what they've already what they've already reserved for. And it includes pretty much their entire basket of legal issues, lawsuits, regulatory matters, and it is an estimate. But directionally, it indicates that they have more information, they have a better idea of what all this is going to add up to.
And this is largely stemming from the mortgage crisis, it seems.
Sure, a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Now, like all big banks, they faced a raft of various legal issues following from the crisis. As you might imagine, a lot of those take a long time to work their way through the system. It seems as though, at least in the case of some of the bigger, more high-profile investigations, that Goldman is among the next to resolve them.
And do you think this information is going to have any effect on investors or affect trading at all?
Not in the short term. You know, this is stuff that all their investors have been following. They knew that at some point Goldman would resolve some of these. I think there is certainly, and this is true for all the big banks, a lot of fatigue about the way in which they've had to deal with these things, and I think they just want to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
So they're willing to get there. Now, there's also been a similar action by Morgan Stanley, also had to raise its legal reserves as well, correct?
Yeah. So Morgan Stanley actually went ahead and they reached a preliminary agreement to settle similar mortgage bond claims with the Justice Department, which is really for them and for a lot of the big banks, including Goldman, that's really the big one that they're all working toward.
Right.
That was a preliminary deal. We haven't seen a final agreement yet. That amount, though, for Morgan Stanley was about $2.6 billion, and the expectation is that Goldman's settlement with the Justice Department is going to be in the same ballpark.
All right, big numbers for sure. Justin Baer, thank you so much for that.
Sure, anytime.